What's up, everybody? Another video with me, and today I will be talking about why Henry Cavill's Superman and David Corenswet's Superman should not be compared, and why we need to stop arguing over who's the better one. And I'm going to do that now, so let's get into it. Once we can learn that, these 3 points, then we can move on and appreciate both of who they are. First point I'm making is they both had different directors. Zack Snyder was the director for Henry Cavill. James Gunn was the director for David Corenswet. So we already have 2 different people. Second point is one was an Injustice storyline, the other was a comic book comedy storyline. So we had different storylines now. Third point, one had dark and, teammates that also had the darker suits, while the other one had a teammate who literally flipped over tanks while flipping them off. Different teammates. Those are the 3 points I want to use when telling someone you can't compare the 2 superheroes when they're literally both already different. When you want to compare who's more comic book accurate, you're going to have to go with David Corenswet. He's more comic book accurate, he has the brighter suit, the more hope, and he's just a more comic book character. That's because that's what James Gunn wanted. When you go for who's stronger, you're going to have to go with Henry Cavill because he took out a spaceship. He was able to fight his own. He fought 2 Kryptonians and still won. He fought Doomsday and that was a draw. But he's more powerful. So you can't compare the 2 when one's going to win and beat the other. Henry Cavill has the cooler suit, the cooler aesthetic. David Corenswet has the brighter suit, the brighter aesthetic. One was going for a storyline where the superheroes don't always save the day. The other was going where the superheroes try to save as much of the day as they can. So you can't really try to pick one or the other. It's okay to say respectively that one is better than the other in their own area. David Corenswet is better in being a light-hearted, humble man, while Henry Cavill is better at showing his power and showing why he is, a really strong person to go against and why he is a very strong character. One is better at showing you hope, the other is better at showing you power. One is a literal Superman, while the other one is a Superman. One shows off the powers, one shows off the humility. One shows off his aura, one shows off his humbleness. One shows you what powers can do, one shows you how human he is. And so that's why we can't compare the 2, is because 2 also show you different things. One shows you how human Superman is, the other one shows you how strong he is. And so what we need to do is stop comparing the 2 and just accept that they're both really good people, and they're both really good at what they were doing, and they're both really good at going in the direction that the director pointed them to. We need to stop trying to constantly compare the 2, saying this one's better, so yours sucks. Henry Cavill's better, he's stronger, so David sucks. I don't like that cornball. Oh, well, David Corenswet's better because he shows hope, unlike your stupid ore farming man. Stop fighting over who is better and just respect the fact that one is better than the other when it comes to strength. I respect that the other one is better, when it comes to hope. You can't compare the 2 when they're not even supposed to be the same. If you want to compare David Corenswet to someone, compare him to Christopher Reeves. Do you really want to compare him to another Superman that's supposed to be just like him? Literally compare him to Christopher Reeves. They're both hopeful Supermen. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to come on here and rant on why we need to start respecting everyone's opinion, and why we need to stop comparing Henry and David and just leave it at the way it is, because it's honestly a dumb debate to even have when the Supermen aren't even supposed to be the same, and we need to stop arguing. Anyways, guys, that's all I really had to say. So everybody out.